as always. We will, of course, bring you all updates coming out of the Middle East as soon as we get them. We stay in the Indo-Pacific for our next story, where the China Coast Guard said it conducted rights protection and law enforcement operations in the waters of the Scarborough Shoal. Today, they took necessary measures to expel Philippine vessels from the area, calling the operation professional, legal and standardized. In response, the Philippines reported a collision between a Chinese Navy vessel and a China Coast Guard ship while chasing a Philippine patrol boat near the Scarborough Shoal. The Philippine Coast Guard said the Chinese vessel made a risky move, damaging their ship and rendering it unseaworthy. This incident is the latest in ongoing tensions over the Scarborough Shoal, a disputed area seized by China in 2012. We're now joined by Andrew K.P. Leung. He's a China strategist joining us live from London. Andrew, thank you very much for joining us here on the programme. I was wondering if you could give us a bit more context, Andrew, just over the Scarborough Shoal, its implications and its importance.
Well, context is the word, because you've got to look at the map to understand the dynamics. The Scarborough Shoal is in fact quite near, of course, near the Philippines. It is also south of Taiwan. It is in fact part of the island chains containing China. The first China chain, of course, centered in Okinawa with American military assets. The second island chain centered in Guam with American bases and American military deployment. That's part of this China containment in the South China Sea, of course, connects with countries like Japan, South Korea as well. But in terms of the Philippines, there is another dynamic, which is, of course, challenging China's claim of the so-called nine-line claim territory around the South China Sea. That's almost the entirety of the South China Sea. And China's claim depends on historical records of China's various degrees of settlement and trade, and also degree of control over that area dating back to the millennia. Of course, it's supported by historical records, but that claim was not upheld in a court case in the United States, the court for the law of the sea. And in 2016, the Philippines brought the case to the court, and the court ruled against China's claims. But of course, China disputed that and continued to exert its claim as part of China's defense of its sovereignty. Now, of course, this in the context of a relationship with the United States, of course, again, it touches on America's national security in terms of its influence in the Pacific. And the Americans is doubling down on this China containment policy, because the previous so-called pivot to Asia was quite lackluster. And now it's doubling down by forming, introducing the initiative like the AUKUS, the Australian United States United Kingdom nuclear submarine deal, and also forming closer alliance or at least partnership between countries like South Korea and Japan, and of course the Philippines. So you can see that by looking at the map how important that area is. And of course, China continues to exert its defensive sovereignty by challenging the Philippines against step-up operations near the Scarborough Shoal. And inevitably, something like that, a collision is bound to happen.
Yes, Andrew, thank you very much for that insight and context.